Trey, don't be God darn it. You know, my content about us. Oh, okay. I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. Today is currently February 9th, 2026. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself because someone overlooked you, didn't know how to love you, respect you, or protect you, or even pour into you. My content is not for everyone. You know, when you fall from the joke, you know, faith would truly bother someone's mental health when it comes to growth. They would never understand that prayer was out loud. Only was to hold on 1 second, they would never understand what it took for you to smile. You almost got lost when it comes to a blessing. Only was to hold on 1 second, a dream come true. It was your reflection. They would never understand the healing process when it comes to pain. Still being patient with time and day. Regardless who try to dim you like to discourage you, you continue to choose. You understand your obstacles. Only was hold on 1 second, you believed in faith. Understand that hope is different when it comes to hold on 1 second. God didn't make a mistake. You was far from the curse when someone didn't know how to love you. You know they know how to respect you, protect you, regardless came from poverty and pain. They would never understand how you truly step in a day, dealing with spiritual warfare from a child point of view, going to your adulthood. They would never understand that hold on 1 second. God made a way. You know, my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. No, ever, Trey, don't be, God darn it. You ever been minding your business with the mind your business, whatever the case may be? You ever decide to set your alarm within setting your alarm, but you overslept just a little bit, by 2 minutes? It's the Trey, don't be the whole goddamn day. It's the Trey, don't be me. You decide to say, you know what? I'm gonna grab me something to eat to make sure my digestive system on the same page. Ever Trey, don't for me. Oh, what a sleep. Ever Trey, don't me get your rest on. Always make time for yourself when it comes to being woke. Never overstress yourself when it comes to your boundary. And I say that respectfully because we all different folks. You know, self-control, hold on 1 second. They will never understand your reflection, how you stepping for yourself. Never overwhelm yourself because someone didn't know how to pour into you. And I say that respectfully. You know, truly being woke. You got to make sure you take time for yourself when it comes to motivation. They would never understand that you was far from hold on 1 second, losing yourself. You had to balance hold on 1 second stress. Now make it sure hold on 1 second you overlap yourself when it comes to depress. They would never understand that LOVE hits different when it comes to your reflection. And I say that respectfully. Everybody's mindset ain't the same when it comes to hold on 1 second. Your time and day. No, after Trey told me, oh, you be yourself and no messages. And I say that respectfully. No, for real, for real. You know, my content is not for everyone. It's not. But loving yourself is not a crime. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never hurt myself regardless who's praying to my downfall, and I say that respectfully. Poetry, my swag. No, it's the trick, don't be goddamn. My content is okay. No, for real, it's not. It was past due, but it was due. They would never understand your growth when it comes to showing up for you. That was self-love. Hold on 1 second. They would never understand how you almost overlooked you. Imagine walking around wearing a mask, only to realize, hold on 1 second, you really frowning within. Only realize, hold on 1 second, you was playing with your own mental when it comes to your growth. How could you make yourself stagnant? Dealing with depression, anxiety, PTSD, telling everybody you're okay when it came to your receiver, but hold on 1 second, you couldn't think. You knew how to be there for everybody else but you. Only realize, hold on 1 second, he wasn't trying to shortchange you. Your reflection. You know that LOV when it comes to the hold on 1 second motivation. Only was to hold on 1 second. I'm worthy. I'm worthy of showing up for me. I'm worthy of loving me. I could be there for everybody else too, but I can still choose me. You know, you used to always overlook yourself sometimes because nobody used to be there for you when it came to your time. You know, the disrespect was loud when you used to hurt yourself with your own words. But being that time and day allows you to feel, not to overlook yourself because you truly care. You know, hold on 1 second, unconditional love allows you to feel. You pray differently from the average person. It was never no in-betweens when it come to hold on 1 second. It was never no overteam when it came to you. Emotionally intelligent. Wow. Imagine hearing you stupid, you slow, you retarded, you a dumb bitch or a dude. But hold on 1 second, you still had coverage. The energy is different. You've been dealing it from a child point of view. You had a beautiful smile. They would never understand that, hold on 1 second, how could someone truly kick you down? Going into your adulthood, they would never understand a dream that you actually relate to. That was your self-love. You found you to understand that, hold on 1 second, all the trials and tribulations I've been through, I didn't overlook because someone wasn't paying attention. That energy is different. Not giving up on yourself. They would never understand how you was willing to better yourself. I was loving yourself out loud. Yeah, they called you ugly. They said that you wasn't worthy. But understanding your reflection, they would never understand how you step in. Excuse me. It be the train of thought for me. How you're beautiful, you are handsome. You mad and you are worthy. Imagine looking in the mirror. Only was, hold on 1 second. I almost lost me. I almost lost me because I was overthinking. I almost lost me because someone was truly, it made me feel like, hold on 1 second, I couldn't think for myself. I almost lost me because I poured into the wrong cup. I almost lost me because someone didn't know how to love me, respect me. Hold on 1 second, who am I today? Somebody. That ain't just different when they say that you were nobody. You got into it with your own character traits, balancing yourself to heal time and day. They would never understand how you truly step in a day. You've been dealing with spiritual warfare from a child point of view going into your adulthood. They would never understand what you overcame. You know, I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. But you know, loving yourself, never give up on you. And I say that respectfully when it comes to your reflection. Someone may not understand, hold on 1 second, just because you got big, bushy eyebrows, big nose, big ears, big feet, or whatever the case may be, they look instead. That does not take away from your character traits, you being beautiful. And because you got a swag towards you when it comes to authenticity, hold on 1 second, fall from a copycat, hold on 1 second, you don't have to get physical. You knew how to be your authentic self, becoming your best self vision of yourself. They try to kick you down, discourage you, but you was God's baby. They would never understand your reflection when it comes to your mental health. You know, my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, Genuine Respect, and I'm 7 minutes into this video, and it's currently 10:31 p.m. Always be yourself, but no one's attention to the genuine ones. I truly hope all is well in your end. Protect your energy, protecting your family, stay out of trouble. You matter and you are worthy. My content is not for everyone. Peace and respect to neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. Hi to the genuine ones with no molesting intentions. No for real. Hi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Monday, self-love every day. Tuesday, self-control every day. Wednesday, motivation every day. Thursday, to yourself when they overlook you. Friday, you bad and you're worthy. Saturday, far from the hater, we ain't the same neighbor. Stay in your lane with your malicious hater. No, for reference, stay in your lane. Sunday, never give up on yourself. You are the blessing. You know, they try to paint you out to be the curse. The light within you allows you to see. Hold on 1 second. I love myself. I'm not, I'm worthy. You are my sunshine. You are worthy. Never give up on yourself because a hater. Love yourself. No, for real. I'm Naya. What's up, Peace? I don't mean to tell all your business or whatever case may be, but how was your day? I can actually say it was pretty fair. Alright, I don't want to get into detail how your day was, but I'm just thankful to know that you had a decent day today, and I'm thankful to know that you was able to see another day, regardless of praying your downfall. I'm very much thankful that God allowed you to see. I love you, Naya. I love you too, Peace. Aww. Hi to the genuine ones and all my stitches. You know, we don't do all that drama. You know, that hating when we listen to or whatever the case may be. But hold on 1 second. You know, domestic violence, hate crime, discrimination, racism, you know, gang stalking, DV. You know, you put a name in your book and it's really real. You know, gang stalking is real to your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. How individuals will monitor your every move, try to hex your life because you wasn't to choose you. They will try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, reroute your mail, your packages, even act like you received it. They will call your device, your IP address. You know, certain individuals from your past be trying to keep up with you or whatever. Got monitoring spirits watching your every move, all types of stuff. But you know, don't have to give up on yourself or live in fear at the end of the day. Never give up on yourself, and I say it respectfully when it comes to FAITH. Only for yourself with no malicious intentions. You know, domestic violence is real. And when you walk away from certain individuals, they still be feeling like they have obligations to your every day-to-day activities, and they have people watching you and stuff like that. You know, that's not safe. And especially when you walked away from all the right reasons, because someone had a hand problem. Nobody deserves to go through stuff like that. Because people try to paint themselves up to be, they just think they better than somebody. I ain't do all that. I ain't do all that. No, God saw what you did, fool. That strength of me. Protect your energy. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because moments, continue to call your energy back when you fall from the hay. They would never understand. No negative energy over here. Practice makes perfect. I'm still a puppet. And at the end of the day, you know, I make mistakes too, just like you. No, for real, for real. You know, when you don't run from your passion, I say, calm your actions. The energy is different when you run from he say, she say. Always be yourself. Stop the violence, gotta go. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and it's currently 10:36 p.m. and it's currently February 9th, 2026, and we're 11 minutes into this video. I would never hurt myself regardless, praying to my downfall, and I say it respectfully. I love to talk about love. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one surely for you. You know, the way your heart beats, it was truly a remedy. Who would have knew that someone truly be your equal to protect you, not to overlook you? Hold on 1 second, truly allow you to be comfortable. You almost gave up on the love department. But understand it was far from a pointless conversation when someone's wasn't trying to steer you in the wrong directions. Even when you get lost in your words, because you're going to have good days, bad days, misunderstanding days. That change is different when there's the right person. I ain't talking about your pockets. Because someone wasn't trying to suck at your free will. When it comes to being emotionally available, who would have known that someone would keep it in real? You know, change was for the better. The right person allowed you to see why you maintain the weather. Someone truly liking you for who you truly are. That love is different when the right person shows you they wasn't paying at the end of the day. Because actions spoke loud in words, didn't have malicious intentions. That ain't just different. Love is real, love is one of a kind. What the right one truly for you. It was more so private, but it was a loud relationship. It was a blessing, fall from a curse, even when folks had their narrative. You know, because chicks and dudes would try to play on your downfall when they come to someone trying to make you smile more. You know, they say opposites attract. Certain folks don't understand how someone can truly love you without hold on 1 second pretending. You know, because someone truly actually knew how to hold on 1 second, pray to go, but then someone wasn't trying to fumble you. They showed you actions spoke loud in words. You actually had true butterflies, but then hold on 1 second, when God truly showed you time and day, actually allowed you to feel you. Hold on 1 second, your words. You know, everything that you said that day. You just want the right person to love you, see you, hear you, respect you. You had enough unfair share hands of someone dogging you out, disrespecting you. You know, like cheating on you, having a hand problem, abusing you. Someone saying they're going to get their life together, but they still didn't make sense at the end of the day. Hold on 1 second. They was only confusing themselves when it came to your opinion. Wow. But that's part of your past. Because when the right person's walking into your life, they truly show you at the end of the day, not only did they hear you, they see you. They actually respect you. Because hold on 1 second. God didn't overlook a prayer when God truly showed you that your prayer was answered that day. Imagine not praying the same as the love of your life. But it was a dream come true because someone knew how to treat you right. You know, someone wasn't wearing a mask, having a cake and eat it too wasn't part of their vocabulary when hold on 1 second comes to you. You know, someone being your peace. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh yeah, and just because moments, that energy is different. Wow. When you almost get born, I love the department, let alone yourself. Because you wouldn't understand what real love looks like if you know how to better yourself. It was time and day. It actually allows you to heal that hold on 1 second. You had to keep it real with your reflection. You had a testimony with a testimony within a testimony. But only was the hold on 1 second, your hardships, your good and your bad days allowed you to see why you found balance. Even when folks try to control the narrative when it came to your reflection, they would never understand how God was fixing your crown to allow you to smile more, to realize the hold on 1 second, you are the blessing. Don't overlook yourself when it comes to your words. You know, God started opening certain doors in your life. You had certain rejections, but you did have God's protection. They would never understand how you truly stepping. That unconditional love was self-love. You chose yourself first. They would never understand the hands of time that a prayer was real. Hold on 1 second. Divine timing actually was truly keeping it real. Because you prayed and asked God for better days ahead. Just be patient with me one day at a time. I swear I'm gonna get it together. Only as to hold on 1 second. You actually kept your word. Even when folks overlooked you, they laughed at you because you prayed differently. You know, praying out loud would truly humble somebody. Even praying out loud will have someone in discouragement at the end of the day. Praying out loud will have someone dissing you, disrespecting you, right to left, even trying to hex you, but God is showing you your mental that you are worthy. God allows you to see the devil, the enemy. You wasn't trying to lose you to become your worst enemy. And you very so much thankful that you was willing to choose you. Almost live on another apartment. All because, hold on 1 second, someone overlooked you. Because you chose you. Because you allowed you to love you. Because you was being patient with time and day. You still healing childhood trauma going into your adulthood. They would never understand your smile today. You've been dealing with spiritual warfare from a child point of view going into your adulthood. They would never understand the hand of time or prayer was still answered when you wanted to show up for you. Wow. Everything's working out in your favor. Being patient with time and day. Only because God had one more favor. God had room for you. God had room for the right person to truly love you. And they wasn't doing it for likes and views and clout and fame. It was far from a script when someone truly knew how to love you authentically. To truly go within. You know, because someone sees you, hears you, respects you. Y'all both come from two different worlds. Who would have knew that someone could truly show you at the end they praying for you? They didn't have a hand problem. They wasn't trying to shortchange your mental health. They wasn't trying to keep you stagnant at the end of the day because they wanted to see you grow when it comes to your future, when it comes to your faith, being comfortable in your skin another day. That ain't just different when someone's trying to rob you your pockets because true love is not, hold on 1 second, about $1. And I said it respectfully. It's just a plus, but hold on 1 second. Someone truly showed you after you was truly thankful. Wow. A blessing had walked into your life. Almost when you gave up on a loved apartment. And only for you to rest to hold on 1 second. Your dream came true when it came to your fairy tale. They say fairy tales ain't real, but someone truly showed you at the end of the day you was far from mentally ill. Your past said you're doing too much because you knew how to love somebody and they wasn't ready for real at the end of the day. But who would have knew that true love wasn't trying to confuse you when it comes to better days ahead? Someone truly pour into you and y'all on the same page because your past over your reality today. No, ever check on me. Be yourself. You know, my content is not for everyone. It's currently 10:42 p.m. and we're 17 minutes into this video and it's currently February 9th, 2026. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. This evening I started a little bit late at 10:20. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. Entertainment purposes only. Not ever trade off of me. No, for real, for real. Yeah, the money, you've been with the money, your business, or whatever the case may be. And you have that one family friend or whatever the case may be. You put a name in your book. Y'all having an outing or whatever the case may be. You know how when someone volunteer their service, yo, you want me to bring something? Have to trade off of me. You know the function is in a couple of days or whatever the case may be. No, have to trade off of me. You know how that one aunt or uncle that you love so deeply, when you put a name in your book when it came to that family member, when everybody's participating and putting a fork in one dish, no ever trade on me. What happened to your intentions being stupid? Ever trade on me? I never saw everybody look at the door at one time to realize, hold on 1 second. You mean to tell me you didn't bring nothing? You mean to tell me we walked over here, we came over here, and you mean to tell me your dish ain't gonna be part of our digestive system today? Ever trade over me? Party over. No, ever trade over me. This fool starts to volunteer and say, you know what, I truly apologize. I got a little hungry and getting hungry and shit, but that's besides the point. Ain't nobody put on this. First of all, we all heard you on speaker, you big dummy. You said at the end of the day that you was bringing your favorite intimate dish today. This motherfucker going to say ain't nobody put in on this shit. This not over this one-sided conversation. What the fuck? No, for real, for real. When you expected someone to bring you that dish at the end of the day, like, you don't care about nobody else's food. No other change on me. Matter of fact, I'm going to come bring the ingredients myself, and I'm come step to your house today, and I'm going to leave it right at your doorstep. Just let me know when it's ready. You know, I ain't going to come in your house and do all that extra stuff. Just call me and say, Your food is ready. No, it has a shake of me. I may not be entertaining to the average person. And that's okay. You know what? Practice makes perfect. Never give up on yourself because someone is praying on your downfall and you have individuals threatening your life that nobody will believe you, regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. And I say that respectfully. No mother or father or guardian should ever have to get a phone call. Ma'am, sir, that their child didn't make it because of someone's lack of self-control, because someone didn't want someone to prosper in life, because someone wanted to hold on to attachments to somebody at the end of the day, or because someone wanted to heck someone's life, rob them mentally, spiritually, or financially, or project spoke in a toxic way towards somebody. Or does someone necessarily have to know somebody or not? No, they don't. Regardless to what type of a bond that baby has with a guardian, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, no mother or father is deserving of that phone call. And I say that respectfully because someone doesn't understand self-control. How it doesn't matter if it's a domestic violence dispute, a hate dispute, gang stalking dispute, domestic violence. Did I say that already? You put a name in your book when it comes to violence, hate crime, domestic violence, racism, discrimination. Because when a mother and father gets that phone call, you know how stuck they are with their own vocabulary? Like, wait, huh? They can barely get their words together. They can barely comprehend what just happened because it just became a new conversation to them. They're overwhelmed at the end of the day because someone lacks self-control. It didn't matter if someone came from a single family household or not. No mother or father should ever have to get a phone call and can't comprehend that conversation at the end of the day, or comprehend as to what was just said through that phone call because of the fact that someone took the life of someone's baby. And I say that respectfully. A mother's a prayer warrior. A father's a protector, a provider, a prayer warrior, regardless if he was labeled a number, regardless they said that he wasn't going to elevate and prosper, or regardless they said at the end of the day that these people are not worthy of their own child. And mother and father got up. They showed up. Regardless of the circumstance of the relationship of that child, that mother and father still showed up. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, even sick days. It didn't matter if the baby's from a toddler point of view going into their adulthood. Because you got mothers and fathers that show up good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day, and sick days. And they don't do it for likes and views of clout chasing or fame. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. How someone from someone's past, regardless of a DV situation, gang stalking situation, discrimination situation, racism situation, how someone wants someone not to prosper in life because someone closed the door and said they trying to get their life right. How someone wasn't running from their past because they took accountability for their actions when it comes to maturing. And someone says, you know what? You think you're better than somebody, or you think you're better than me? You trying to outdo me better than me, or because you're God's baby? Even someone even said God's not even real. You talking out your head, you're crazy. I'm gonna paint people. I'm gonna paint you out to be crazy, all types of stuff. How this type of stuff actually happens when someone closes a door in their life and they said, you know what? I'm worthy of the people that's for me, that see me, hear me, respect me with no malicious intentions. That energy is different. No mother or father should get that phone call because someone lacks self-control to try to ruin the life of a child at the end of the day. Someone's baby. It doesn't matter how old that child is, and then I say it respectfully, because that is someone's child. My content is not for everyone. No mother or father should have their child stripped away from them due to jealousy, envy, or insecurity, or someone wants to ruin the life of a mother and father and paint them out to be unfit. They try to paint them out to be crazy, slow, stupid, and retarded. How they talking out their head because someone came into someone's household and tried to divide someone's household. How this type of stuff becomes the norm and it's not the norm. How someone made a baby feel or is making a child feel at the end of the day, someone's baby feel at the end of the day that their mother and father don't love them. That their mother and father is doesn't want to show up for them. How their mother and father is probably an addict and where they probably not. Because someone's able to control the narrative and make that child feel like they're not even worthy. When a mother shows up, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, as well as a father, a prayer warrior, both of them. They're a provider, a protector, and they wasn't doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame. My content is not for everyone. Regardless if you're a content creator or not, and I say this respectfully, never overlook yourself because someone is preying on your downfall. And I say that respectfully. It's currently February 9th, 2026, and I'm 25 minutes to this video. It is 10:50 p.m. I would never hurt myself regardless praying on my downfall. Never get discouraged because someone doesn't want you to show up for yourself, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. Never allow a man or woman to threaten your life that nobody's going to hear you, see you, or respect you because they're willing to control the narrative, to paint you up to be something that you're truly not. And they decide to take your kindness for weakness at the end of the day. But never give up on yourself because the right people see you, hear you, respect you with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. No ever tricked on me, god darn it. My content might is okay. No ever tricked on me. When you a lesbian or whatever case may be, you'd rather be on the motherfucking safe side. No ever tricked on me. I said what I said, god damn it. No, for real. A motherfucker would make you feel wrong for speaking your motherfucking opinion at the end of the day. No, for real. There's some type of bar psychology mind games. Anybody got no fucking time for ever tricked over me. When you big single and someone concerned at the end of the day, or someone trying to value someone's time in the day, it don't matter what type of sex it is in the day. Ever tricked over me. How a motherfucker would tell you crazy, you slow, stupid, retarded from seeing what the fuck you done saw. I can't unsee what the fuck I just saw. Ever tricked on me. You start kicking it off with someone real well or whatever case may be, and they try to disturb your motherfucking peace in the day. This motherfucker go grab a hug from somebody and this motherfucker gripping their ass and all types of weird shit and they doing all type. Is you fucking this motherfucker? Ever tricked on me, motherfucker gonna say, you crazy. How the fuck am I crazy when I saw what the fuck I saw? When you motherfucking know. Ever tricked over me. When you big single, you single for all the right reasons. So you ain't gotta deal with someone's trial and tribulation. Bullshit. Ever tricked on me, bitch. You ain't gonna short temp. Y'all my mentor when it comes to my growth. Hello. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. You know what self-love would do to you? But it truly would confuse the enemy because you was willing to choose you. They would never understand motivation is different. Hold on 1 second, self-reflecting. They gonna try to distract you. Try to paint you up to be the villain, but hold on 1 second, God was protecting you. It didn't matter your sexual orientation, how someone could try to project pain, because you understood elevation. You've been dealing with spiritual warfare from a child. They would never understand how you truly heal to understand that, hold on 1 second, yeah, God said, wow, going into your adulthood, you still in the space at the end of the day. I may not get it together when it comes to my vocabulary, but I'm getting it together. No, I haven't checked. I got no speech problem. But when it comes to your adulthood, they would never understand how you choose yourself to better yourself. That energy is different. Loving yourself is not a crime. And yes, I have a speech problem. And I'm not ashamed of it at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. Never get discouraged or make yourself feel bad because someone is laughing at your speech problem. And I say that respectfully. Or someone disrespects you because you're different. You're unique in your own way. And you don't have malicious intentions to hurt yourself or others around you. Regardless if you're dealing with health conditions, regardless if you got a speech problem. And I say that respectfully. Because when the right people walk into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no malicious intentions. I would never hurt myself regardless of praying to my downfall, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm Naya, genuine respect. I am not AI, and I work alone. And I always have since day one. When it comes to my creativity, I get it from my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father God, and my soul was never for sale, and I don't worship the devil. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I go live every evening at 10:15 p.m. on YouTube. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I would never stop showing up for myself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding, even sick days, and I say that respectfully. Regardless to what community, zip code, county, country, or whatever the county, whatever the case may be at the end of the day, regardless who's praying on my downfall, I will continue to show for me, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself, Maloma's intentions. Poetry, my swag. Now, I have a chance to be always be yourself. You know, when you shift that mindset of when it comes to your thinking, you're going to have certain folks trying to underestimate you, all because you understood your mindset is different when it comes to elevation. You know, self-love looks good on you. They would never understand your growth when you didn't have to get physical. You will have certain chicks and dudes trying to antagonize you, make you feel at the end that you can't weather your own storm when it comes to hold on 1 second, take account for your action when it comes to maturing, acting your body weight. You understand how to outgrow the old when it comes to someone doing you wrong, let alone hurting yourself with your own vocabulary. Don't live in your future when it comes to believing in faith that can relate to that was hope going within. You know. Love yourself, don't dim your light. Love yourself, don't dim your light. Everybody's mindset ain't different. You know, when it comes to hold on 1 second, believing in faith they couldn't relate to, they said that you was pretending. But you didn't have to pretend to be something that you truly wasn't. You had folks doing, you know, monitoring spirits, sending spoke to you right to left. But they would never understand, hold on 1 second, that healing actually is different. You know, because authenticity starts within. They would never understand the rhythm of God's recipe. Hold on 1 second, wasn't trying to lose yourself, let alone pretend. I may not make sense to the average person, but a light that certain folks can relate to, what God's for allowing you to smile, while God fixing your crown, to show you at the end of the day you are worthy of another testimony. Understand, hold on 1 second, don't overlook you because someone did not respect you. You know, I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. But loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. It's not. It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with getting discouraged. Did it? That's what they wanted you to fumble. Your reflection. You know, the disrespect was loud, but God should allow you to feel that. Hold on 1 second. I want you to make yourself proud when it comes to this thing called healing. Learning something new every single day. Understand the point of view that certain folks can't relate. You're going to have chicks and dudes praying and get downfall, but they would never understand how time allowed you to heal, to smile more. Wow. You know, you're mad and you're worthy. You know, self-love looks really good on you today. And I say that respectfully. You may not be someone's average type, but never get discouraged when it comes to hold on 1 second, treating yourself right. You've been dealing with spiritual warfare from a child point of view. Going into your adulthood, continue to blossom, butterfly. They would never understand. It was never, hold on 1 second, competition when you was far from hating. Now, Evan, check me. Oh, be yourself. Be yourself. You know, my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and loving yourself is not a crime. It's 10:57 p.m. and we're 30 minutes into this video, 33 minutes into this video, and loving yourself is not a crime. Love is real, love is one of a kind, but the right one truly for you. You know, it's far from a private relationship. That energy is different when someone truly not trying to make you bent out of shape. That energy is different. When someone truly shows you that you are a blessing, only has to hold on 1 second, your prayers was answered. Someone didn't overlook you. Someone was loving you out loud, regardless to what direction you was going to. Regardless to what direction you was going to, from right to left, regardless of regardless to what country or state that you was in. It may be private at the end of the day when it comes to certain folks' mental health, but you was truly woke to love somebody, to be on the same page, be emotionally available. Someone bringing peace into your life truly made you comfortable. Someone bringing peace into your life. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments, that energy is different. How someone sees you, hears you, respects you. Only has to hold on 1 second, what a miracle. Someone's trying to fumble you, remind you of your past. Only has to hold on 1 second, you was on the same page when true love can truly last. You gained a lover, best friend, a business partner. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same, but who would have knew at the end that you gained an angel? You know, an angel walked into your life when you least expected. Very so much thankful that when it come to your faith, you didn't give up on it. Wow. Someone rooting for you up close in person behind closed doors. You know, it's going to be certain chicks praying to get downfall, but God should allow you to see why you're truly strong. Allow you to see that you are worthy of healthy love. Someone didn't have to pretend to love you, only has to hold on 1 second. Someone sweet keeping it real with you, love. No, Evan, check me. Always be yourself. I'm Naya, genuine respect, and I would never hurt myself. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. I'm on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Every night at 10:15 on YouTube, I go live. I am far from a hater. We all don't pray the same. And I would never stop showing up for myself, regardless of praying to my downfall or who's threatening my life. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. Never allow someone's laughter or discouragement at the end of the day, because evidently it's discouragement. Because they see something within you. Now, I have a trait off me. A motherfucker would take notes on you and then taking notes on you and say you're not worthy of choosing you. And they trying to be like you. What the fuck is a trait off me? Because you know when God reveals the devil on the enemy, it wasn't to stop you from showing up for yourself. It was showing you at the end of the day that you are worthy. And never get discouraged because someone is laughing at you, because you're willing to understand your authenticity. You may not be someone's average norm at the end of the day, but you're not trying to hurt yourself or others around you, regardless who try to blackmail you, disrespect you, or who has malicious intentions towards you. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. You was far from a curse, and I say that respectfully, regardless of not I love you, respect you, or protect you, or see your potential. You matter and you're worthy of the right people pouring into you. And never overlook yourself when it comes to your reflection because of someone's insecurity, jealousy, envy, or whatever, jealousy, envy, or insecurity, whatever the case may be, or hating mindset that's trying to project on you. They said that you think you're better than somebody, but you never had that mindset. You just understood that you was operating out of a light they can relate to. That was confidence. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. To the genuine ones, protect your energy, protecting your family, stay out of trouble, you matter, and you are worthy. Loving yourself is not a crime. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hate to stop the violence in the community. Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hate to stop the violence in the community. My soul was never for sale. When it comes to my creativity, I work with my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father God. I don't push God on nobody, and I say that respectfully. But when God sends the right people into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully. The fact they act in a body, wait, hold on 1 second. I can respect my neighbor, respect my neighbor. They act in a body way. They wasn't trying to phone, don't disrespect you. They wanted you to elevate. They wanted you to continue to become your best self, vision of yourself, and to come to your reflection. Hold on 1 second. How folks had their own past the end of it. They didn't have to pretend, but they understood what they overcame when it comes to hold on 1 second. A prayer coming true at the end of the day. I just want all the right people around me with no malicious intentions. How in your past don't live in your reality today. How your future allowed you to see that your prayers was truly answered when you least expected. Then matter if you was blood related or not. The end of the day, that confidence is different. How folks is cheering you on. Well, hold on 1 second. They not trying to mislead you with pain. Let them hurt you another day. That energy is different. Imagine a chapter in your life. You just ask for God to send the right people into your life. And God showed up for you. Regardless to what subject it was at the end of the day. Someone sees you, hears you, respects you, and they're not trying to hurt you good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. That energy is different. Individuals like in their body, whether their shoe size, regardless if someone came from poverty or pain or someone labeling someone in a toxic way. How someone wants you to become your best self, vision yourself, and respects a two-way street. Because if they not for you, they know how to keep it pushing. Hello, we are all not the same. And they ain't trying to hex your life, send you sport to confuse you. They want you to show up for yourself, good day, bad day, and misunderstanding, but no misintentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. You know, they say the grass ain't green on the side. But that's a lie. Because individuals that are truly for you, they see you, they hear you, they respect you, and they don't have malicious intentions. They don't look at you like competition. They're not trying to outdo you better than you. Because they have their own authenticity at the end of the day, and they fall from copycat or hater. And they know how to put respect on your name. And they want you to become your best self, visiting yourself. Even days when you can't see. They want you to continue to maintain the smile when you came into their life. Because they truly saw that you was unique. They saw that you was book smart, street smart, spiritual gangster at the end of the day. But they wasn't trying to, rob you from your gifts. They wasn't trying to energy harvest off your potential. They just wanted to show you at the end of the day, there are decent people in this world that actually respect you with no misintentions. We all the same. When the right people show you at the end of the day, we all equal. No, I haven't drank them. It don't matter about someone's culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. A little late this evening. No, I haven't drank on me. Always be yourself. Never get discouraged because someone says nobody's going to hear you, nobody's going to see you, how individuals plotting against you, or whatever the case may be, praying on your downfall. Always continue to show up for yourself when I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. It was more so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And just because moments, continue to cool your energy back. Hold on 1 second. Continue to cool your energy back. No negative energy. You know, they said that you thought you was better than nobody, but it was never secret competition when you wasn't trying to hurt nobody. How folks didn't want you to see your potential when it comes to, hold on 1 second, this beautiful universe that we truly live at the end of the day. Hold on 1 second. You know, individuals want you to fumble you, but overlooking you wasn't part of your vocabulary when you chose you. Never change of yourself. I'm Naya, genuine love respect. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. Loving yourself is not a crime. We're 40 minutes into this video, and it's currently 11:05 p.m. I post throughout the day, every day, but I definitely go live every night at 10:15 p.m. Always be yourself with no intentions. I am my biggest cheerleader, regardless of praying to my downfall. Loving yourself is not a crime. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. I am far from a hater. No, ever Drake though, me. My lips is so dry, I'm so thirsty. I gotta go. Peace and respect, some respect, your neighbors. Damn it, I gotta go. Damn it, I stop the violence. I don't energy harvest though people's energy. I do not project spoke in a toxic way towards my neighbors, regardless to what environment they're in, community, zip code, county, country. I don't play that at the end of the day. I put it in God's hands, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself, and I don't worship the devil. And I say that respectfully. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments. Continue to call your energy back with no malicious intentions. Continue to call your energy back with no malicious intentions. No negative energy over here. I'm just trying to love myself. Love yourself. Don't dim your light. I may be corny and whack to the average person, but being authentic, that energy has different. Hold on 1 second. Never lose God's swag, and I say that respectfully. Far from a copycat, low and a hater. The energy is different when it comes to maturing. I would never hurt myself regardless who's threatening my life, or who's trying to blackmail me against me, or who's praying to my downfall, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. I would never hurt myself regardless to who's praying on my downfall. Loving yourself is not a crime. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. I am my biggest cheerleader. I'm Naya, genuine respect. Gotta go, stop the vines. It's straight over me. Have a good evening.